Salina releasing a new webpage as it aims to ease worries about several topics that have come up at public meetings.
Gabriela Hernandez in Salina tonight with some of the details.
After a lot of public discourse surrounding the issues in the Salina community, the city has put together a frequently asked questions webpage. Some of those frequently asked questions include, what's the city's plan for replacing the pipes? What justified the city to increase a budget of $1.3 million to $5 million for the river renewal project? And even, what's the city's policy on whistleblowers?
Obviously, we're struggling to communicate effectively with the public. So
this comes as the city has faced criticism for how it handled issues like discolored water, aging pipes, animal shelter concerns, and more. In a community forum on August 10th, so many questions were asked that the city rolled out the webpage.
Frequently asked questions isn't a new concept. Just something that we thought we would take a little bit of time and try to answer the public's questions and, hopefully dispel some of the rumors and things that aren't true that are kind of going around.
The new FAQ section covers some of those big topics being discussed amongst people in the community, including the city's aging water infrastructure, the river renewal project, and the former Ambassador Hotel demolition site. The city says this isn't necessarily the final word. People who live in Salina can also submit questions or additional concerns or comments in regards to the FAQ on the website as well. From Salina, Gabriela Hernandez, 12 News.